Hello, people. Today I have a round two of my look at the armored puppets from number 57. This one is the Battle Type 5 and the Battle Type 5L. And as you can see, there's a couple of differences on these guys. And this is my redo of a video that I posted because I got something wrong on there, and thank you to Cooler King for pointing that out. I feel really embarrassed after having submitted all that information out there and having gotten it all incorrect. So I thank you again for correcting me, and hopefully going to be a better and smoother, more appropriate video. So the Battle Type 5 is the heavy armored, I want to say more modern, I would say more near future than any of the other ones that they have out. The industrial types definitely have that modern feel, very similar, but I think the battle types are the ones that are closest to what we could make today. And it's a really cool thing for me. I mean, just very near future, if anything. So they are really cool, both of them. Bristling with armor, they have quite a lot of different options in the box, and they are very capable of equipping different weapons. Now you'll see both of these actually have different style armors on. This one has a different pauldron here. This one has opposite kind of a pattern here. I put the fold out on the left, where his is on the right. And they are different in that way. So I mean, you can see it actually has the same armor piece on this side. They are infinitely exchangeable because you have a few different options. So you get 3 different shoulder types, and you can exchange them as you want. I think that's a really cool thing. So you can get the 3mm peg here. The works with any of the MSG stuff, the 30-minute mission stuff, and it even works with some other brands that use 3mm pegs and ports. But you do have a lot of different options there as well on the shoulders and on the legs. You know, you have 2 different types of knee armor or leg armor. So this one has the wraparound, which you can exchange out to the full heart heavy armor like he's wearing. And there are knee armors as well that have the different type, so a little bit heavier than the lighter type. So it's a lot of really cool customizable things right out of the box. And that's something that the number 57 brand really does a lot more than other companies I see right out of the box. Is just going to get a lot of options and a lot of customizability. Not saying that Hexagear doesn't do that. I kind of dissed them on the other video that I made, saying that, you know, that's something that they need to pick up on. But really, Hexagear doesn't give a lot of options and customizability in terms of, you know, each individual soldier. You do get a lot from some of them, like, and the other ones will have just more weaponry. This one, you have a little bit of both. And they always try to give you a lot. I mean, I have just in, okay, I'll show you guys after, but I wanted to show what comes with this one anyway. So you also get a nice little briefcase in addition to the weapons. So you can see he has a nice gun there. That one's deployable in 2 different methods. So you get the longer barrel style or the shorter one like he has. You get a knife, and you get some magazines that go along with that. So it's a pretty cool looking setup for the weaponry. You also get a couple of drones that are supplied with this loadouts, and you get a small foldable land drone and a small foldable sky drone. And deployed, they'll look a little bit like this. So there's your flying one, and here is your walker. He's a cool little guy with a flexible gun there, and sweet little tiny legs. So those are really, really cool customizable loadouts for these guys. You also get 3 different style heads. So you get this really cool scope looking one. You've got the same one that's on the blue. And you've got this really interesting looking one with the big domed head. You also get the standard one from the armored, the core body. And that one is what these guys are built up off of. It looks a little bit like this. I'm sure you guys have seen my videos before and know what these guys look like, but that's him. So you see most of that armor is just applied onto this. But you do get to keep all the extras from that, and you can swap them out as you will. So you see the feet a little bit different. The front armor on the crotch there, the armor on his chest. So more customizability if you so choose. They both come with one of these universal bases, but this one in particular is a little bit different, and so this one comes with the this folding unit here, and that can be swapped from this position to that position, and it can actually come off and be used as a small riot shield for your number 57 characters, which is really cool, and it actually scales really well with them. So there it is with the 5L, and as you can see, it scales really well with them, and I think that's a really cool accessory piece to be included. And the other thing that this one came with that was pretty cool, another feature that was not included in the Type 5L, is the secret weapon cache on the back, on the other side, the opposite side of the universal base here. So you can slide that folding gun in here, and it fits in between these little locking mechanisms. I've yet to figure out how exactly to do it perfectly, and I remember getting it on there and it was nice and stuck in. I don't know how I can't do it again. It's something similar to that, where you got it nice and stuck in. And I think that's a really cool feature because when you have these universal bases, and you're gonna have a bunch of them, if you collect these guys, like I do, just the idea of a little stash of weapons is pretty cool to have. But yeah, something that you can sneak back to and use in the case of an emergency. You know, you run out of ammo with your other weapon, you can retreat back to this and just snag it right off of the wall, and there you go, you're ready to rock. Just a quick fold out and you're ready. It's a pretty cool looking weapon too. I really like this. I already said that, but bam, look at that thing. So it is obvious that I am a huge fan of these number 57 kits. I really like how easy they are to build, how fast they are to build, how cool they are with their customizability. But I do definitely recommend them to other builders if you build Gunpla a lot and sometimes that gets a little stale. This is definitely something to change up. It's a nice break between big builds, and sometimes you can get really heavy on big builds, especially if you build master grades. And these are really small, so I mean, it's not like they're going to take up a long time and say, oh, you know, I don't want to get into something completely new. You can put 100 of these in a drawer. In fact, I keep them in a little tiny box like this. You can keep as many as you like in there. So I mean, this one has space for 5. They don't take up a lot of room. They come with tons of accessories, so you do kind of have to find a place for those. But obviously, I do have that little container, and I fill it with those like extras. So I mean, there's some extra bits in there. There's some more over here, but it's not nearly as big as Gunpla. The only thing is you do have to find a place to put the extra bits. They do come with some really nice boxes, and you can keep your stuff in there. But I would recommend, something like what I have, a little container. And so I definitely recommend them for people who have built Gunpla before. And if you aren't tired of Gunpla, and that's cool, because I'm not, even though I've built literally hundreds of Gunpla. I still have a thing for them. I still really like building them. Obviously, that's something that I'm going to do in the future. Even for someone who's not tired of them, just take a break every once in a while and experience something different. Appreciate how much Bandai's work and engineering is put into them, and see what other companies can do. Number 57 is from a Chinese company. Forget who makes them. I know it's Creative, I think, is one of the makers. I'm not sure who else is involved in there, but I know that it is a Chinese company that's making these. They are really good, though. I mean, these are not cheap toys by any means. The flexibility, the posability, everything that's inside these things is really, really well maintained, really, really well engineered. I mean, you get a neck bend that's, far beyond what you get in other kits, especially at this size. You get a lot of really cool rotation. You get a lot of flexibility in what you build, and they really do make it so that you can customize these any way you want. So if it's just a taste of something different that you're looking for, these are definitely worth trying out. And like I said, they are really small. I don't want to do a complete size comparison, but I will show you next to my high grade. The size here, they're very small. So, I mean, you can throw one of these in your pocket, take it with you, and pose it with some flowers, do some photography with them. You don't have to, of course, but they are really convenient for that too. A lot of my friends on Discord, they do take these ones in particular, because they are so small. They're able to be taken out and posed quite efficiently in a very short amount of time, and you just have something pretty cool. In fact, on our Discord, one of our friends calls these guys Craig, and Craig is very lovable and posable, and it's always something between us, and we want to get more Craigs, so we get more Craigs out there. More love for Craig. But I definitely recommend these to any kind of builder, especially if you have built Gunpla, and that is something that you really love. These are definitely something that's right up your alley. 30-minute missions builders, if you like those kind of cool kits that are really customizable like that. These aren't 100% as customizable as they are, but their parts, they just slide on and off. In a way, it's a little bit easier than the 3mm porting. So, I mean, between each other, the armor slides off of these kinds of things, ports into these. So they're all universally the same on these bodies. Obviously, UE isn't completely compatible with these standard armored bodies, but between these and the others of the armored puppets in the male form, they are very compatible with each other. So you definitely have some fun if you picked up a couple of them. There's a lot of customizability to be had. Even just swapping an arm out will just really show you, like, hey, wow, this is really different. So again, I'm going to sing the praises of this brand. Definitely try them out. It is something different that you haven't tried before, and it's highly recommended. So the last thing I want to say is that I definitely have fun filming these ones. I really like the way they're posable, and they can actually hold a pose really well for how little bit of effort you put into them. I mean, you can do that with one hand. You can just kind of move their arms, because they're so small and everything is friction held in place. It is really easy to pose and to have fun with these guys. So that's my last recommendation on this, and I'll stop talking about them. Stop forcing you to spend your money. So with all that said and all that out of the way, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that I messed up the info on the first one, but I definitely wanted to bring this corrected information back to you guys. And I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely you'll see my stuff. So bye.